before between Israel and Syria. This agreement held for 50 years. Last night it collapsed. The Syrian army abandoned its positions. We gave the Israeli. In this video, I am talking about Israel's aggressions, Israel's military occupation of the buffer zone. Israel military is conducting airstrike across Syria, the condemnation of Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Qatar, all in this video. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Iraq are condemning Israel's seizure of the land near buffer zone. They are considering it illegal and violations of the international law. Qatar, Foreign Ministry statement came. Qatar is considering that Israel's such developments are very, very dangerous, and these blatant attacks are against Syrian sovereignty and also violations of the international law, and it will create further tension and escalation in the region. Israel have started attacks on Syria after Assad regime fall on last Sunday, and Israel is claiming that we have some potential threats from the rebel groups, so that's why we capture the buffer zone, and the buffer zone capture is for a limited time. The attacks are for limited time, and it soon will be over. But the future will decide what they are claiming now. They are fulfilling or not. It will be decided by the future. It will be decided in the coming days. Similarly, the statement of the Saudi Arabia Foreign Ministry came. Saudi Arabia Foreign Ministry is saying that Syrian oppositions as rebuilding, restoring, but the Israeli attacks are against the determination of the restoration of the security of Syria, and they are urging the United Nations to denounce such violations of the Israel. Similarly, Baghdad is considering it a grave violation and against the sovereignty of the Syria and urging the United Nations to stop and denounce such actions of the Israel. The Netanyahu government, the Netanyahu ordered the military to capture the buffer zone and also ordered the nearby villagers to stay in home and to not come out. Netanyahu is considering that Iran and Hezbollah are our enemy, and Bashar al-Assad supporting and providing the routes. So that's why it's our plan to fall the Bashar al-Assad dictator government. And on the other hand, he is giving thanks to President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump, that in his first term, he considered Golan Heights as Israel's territory. On the other hand, the rest of the world, except the United Nations, is considering Golan Heights as Syrian territory illegally occupied by the Israel. Stephen Dujarric, who is the spokesman of the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, he is saying that Israel's aggressions are brutal, and Israel's such violations, such attacks, such seizure of the buffer zone is against peace agreement in 1974, and it must be stopped. And again, and Israel must fulfill the commitment of the ceasefire agreement. The UN peacekeeping agency and the buffer zone is claiming that Israeli military are in the three different sides of the buffer zone. Similarly, the ambassador of the Israel to the United Nations, Danan, is saying that such aggressions and in the staying our military in the buffer zone is for limited time, and it will be over. But the future will decide that it is for limited time or not. On the other hand, Israel is attacking Syria. Israel is conducting airstrike in Syria. Israel is targeting air bases near Damascus, Homs, and Kamishli. And they are targeting the security assets of the Assad's regime. They are considering that we have some potential threats, so that's why we are targeting it for limited time. And the news agencies are claiming that the military assets in the Latakia was targeted by the Israel. Similarly, security complex and government research center was also targeted, which was in the Damascus, was also targeted by the Syrian airstrikes. A UK-based watchdog, Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, is claiming that Israel conducted up to 100 airstrikes in the Syrian territory. Syrian Observatory for Human Rights head Rami Abdul Rahman is claiming that Israel is destroying the military assets of the Bashar al-Assad regime and Bashar al-Assad. So what's the planning of them? Is they are developing and proceeding for a greater Israel or not? You will say me in the comment section. Thank you.